Okay.
Okay, Stephanie, hit it.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us for our Friday at 5, featuring our very own Dr. Rabbino.
Well, thank you all for showing up, and I guess I have to moderate my voice because it sounds like there's a nice echo. Anyhow, it's very reassuring to see you here, Noel, because George Tarleton is not here tonight. So if I want to refer to music that was written in 1927 or 1933, you're going to be the local expert. Can we call on you then?
The answer is yes.
Anyhow, I've made an effort to present songwriters from the past, and particularly songwriters that were really prolific and did a variety of songs that have lived to this day. And one of them, who is the subject for tonight, is Jerome Kern. And even though you might not remember his name, I think you will appreciate and remember some of his music. And so I've asked my son Adam, who is visiting here with us, to actually introduce Jerome Kern to you. So briefly take it over.
Sure. Okay, so Jerome Kern he started out working at his father's livery stable in Sutton Place, New York, before it became an upscale neighborhood. And apparently he was no success at that. He did, however, become noticed for his musical ability and ultimately collaborated with some of the luminaries in New York and London, including the lyricist P.G. Wodehouse, and ultimately he met and impressed Mr. Ziegfeld of the Ziegfeld Follies. So they changed musical theater by incorporating music that advanced both the action and character development, which had not been done before then. The musical numbers were like an escape from the action and separate from the actual, the course of the action. And Jerome Kern's musical numbers have been remade both in the 20s and 30s, in the 40s, and in the 90s. And he was a notable counterpoint to the theater of Gilbert and Sullivan, who were very escapist, where Jerome Kern was very involved in the daily lives of his characters. Anyhow, with that said, he was apparently a young and charming man, but a little obstreperous later in the middle of his career. And he had a quote that I thought was particularly instructive.
Young and charming applies to Adam Rabbino.
Nice to see you, Bradley. Wow. What a guest appearance. He's famous for saying to a producer, "I hear you're a son of a bitch, and so am I." So with that said, my gracious father, and Jerome Kern.
So just to put him in a historical perspective, he was born in 1885 and he died in 1945. So his life encompassed the two world wars. But the shows that I've advertised that he created, the first one was called Showboat. And I think you'll recognize some of the songs from Showboat. And I'm attached to that in a way because the song Make Believe was, I think, a song that was a favorite of my parents. And that sort of dates it, I guess. So, fish gotta swim, birds gotta fly. I gotta love one man till I die. Can't help loving that man of mine. Tell me I'm lazy, tell me I'm slow, tell me I'm crazy, maybe I know. Can't help loving that man of mine. When he goes away, it's a rainy day, but when he comes back, that day is fine. The sun will shine. He can come home as late as can be. Home without him ain't no home to me. Can't help loving that man of mine. Only make believe I love you. Only make believe that you love me. Others find peace of mind in pretending. Couldn't you? Couldn't I? Couldn't we? Make believe our lips are blending in a phantom kiss, or two or three. Might as well make believe I love you. For to tell the truth, I do. I was trying to find the way to present Old Man River, which is, of course, a classic American songbook song that recreates so much of that era. And who could I call upon that had sort of a Buffalo Bill exterior and had a wonderful voice? Hard to match the classic black basso voices from the past, and were pretty remarkable. William Warfield and Paul Robeson, among others. And if you ever listen to those recordings, you'll really be stirred emotionally. But tonight we have Bishop Bill, who, and what could be better than that? He don't plant taters, plant cotton. Them that plants them soon forgotten. Old Man River, just keep rolling along. You and me, we sweat and strain, body all aching and racked with pain. Coat, barge, and lift that bell. Get a little drunk and you land in jail. I get weary of trying. I'm scared of living, scared of dying. But Old Man River, he just keeps rolling on long. And that whole story started with a book written by Edna Ferber. For those of you that might have been around at that time. The year was 1927, Noel. You have any comment? Okay. Well, you know that the setting of this musical, Showboat, took place on a large boat traversing the Mississippi River. So Old Man River is what they were referring to. But of course, there was entertainment on the show, on the boat. So, and there were showgirls as well. And there's a famous duet done by Marge and Gower Champion. Does anybody remember that name? And they sing this song, which is called Life Upon the Wicked Stage. As an entertainment, Bill, would you say that they are wicked?
I don't want to get into that. I don't want to give a professional opinion.
Though it seems cruel to bust all your dreams, still I must. Here's the truth, I'll tell you. Life upon the wicked stage ain't ever what a girl supposes. Stage door Johnnies aren't raging over you with gems and roses. When you let a feller hold your hand, which means an extra beer or sandwich, everybody whispers, ain't her life a whirl? Though you're warned against a ruining your reputation. I have played around the one night's trade around this great big nation. Wild old men who give you jewels and sables only live in Aesop's fables. Life upon the wicked stage ain't nothing for a girl. Well, we've listened to you moan and grieve. You must pardon us if we do not believe you. There is no doubt you're crazy about your awful stage. I admit it's fun to smear my face with paint, causing everyone to think I'm what I ain't. And I like to play a demi-Monday role with soul. Ask the hero, does he like the way I lure? When I play a hussy or a paramour. Yet when the curtain's down, my life is pure, and how I hate it. Life upon the wicked stage ain't ever what a girl supposes. Stage door Johnnies are enraging over you with gems and roses. If some gentleman would talk with reason, I would cancel all next season. Life upon the wicked stage ain't nothing for a girl. Well, there's a beautiful romantic song called Bill. And if you want to stay up, we could sing it to you.
Stay seated.
Anyhow, I was shocked to see that one person who recorded it was Ava Gardner. Well, of course, once she's on the stage, you're not even paying attention to her voice. So, I used to dream that I would discover a perfect lover someday. I knew I'd recognize him if ever he came around my way. I always used to fancy then he'd be one of the godlike kind of men. with a giant brain and a noble head, like the heroes bold in the books I've read. But along came Bill, an ordinary guy. He hasn't got a thing that I can brag about, and yet to be upon his knee, comfy and roomy, feels natural to me. Oh, I can't explain. It's surely not his brain that makes me thrill. I love him because he's, I don't know, because he's just my Bill. We've been doing songs from Showboat. Maybe that seemed like a long time ago when we got on the boat, but we're still on it. And here's one of the beautiful songs that Kern wrote called Why Do I Love You? Why do I love you? Why do you love me? Why should there be two happy as we? Can't you see the why and wherefore? I thought I'd be the one you'd care for. You're a lucky boy, I am lucky too. All our dreams of joy seem to come true. Maybe that's because you love me. Maybe that's why I love you. Well, that is just a little piece of the music of Showboat, but if you can appreciate the story and the romance behind it, and the depiction of life, what life must have been like on that type of boat. Anybody ever been on that kind of a boat? Is it pretty wild at night? Is it livelier than the Stratford? Well, he went on to write a number of other shows, and I mentioned the show called Roberta. Has anybody ever seen that? Does anybody know who Roberta was? I guess that's going to remain a mystery for a little while. Well, you'll know this song. The show was written in 1933. And Noel, was that a good year?
More.
Otto Harbach joined Jerome Kern in the writing of the songs. So you'll know this one, which is Smoke Gets in Your Eyes. Smoke gets in your eyes. Still the same show, Roberta, and there were some great lyricists who joined in the writing of some of those songs, including Oscar Hammerstein II, but also Otto Harbach and Dorothy Fields. And she was actually the most prolific of the group. So, and here's a song, again, written in 1933, called I Won't Dance. Pat. You just arrived in time for a song that says I won't dance, so you have a good excuse. Well, we'll stick with it. The next song is called A Fine Romance. I mean, isn't it amazing? Jerome Kern wrote all of these. And do we have anybody that's even close to this kind of creativity? I don't think so. Fine romance with no kisses. A fine romance, my friend. This is, we should be like a couple of hot tomatoes. But you're as cold as yesterday's mashed potatoes. A fine romance you won't nestle. A fine romance you won't even wrestle. I might as well play bridge with my old maid aunts. I haven't got a chance. This is a fine romance. Well, this was a surprise. I didn't realize that this song, not only that Jerome Kern had written it, but he combined with Oscar Hammerstein. And it's called The Last Time I Saw Paris. When was the last time you saw Paris? Anybody want to speak up? The French need some help, don't they?
She was there in March.
In March?
She was there in March.
That's pretty windy then, right though?
It was wonderful.
It was wonderful. Oh, please don't tell us. The year is 1940. Paris was still a free, open city. The last time I saw Paris, please join me. her heart was warm and gay. I heard the laughter of her heart in every street cafe. The last time I saw Paris, the trees were dressed for spring, and lovers walked beneath those trees, and birds began to sing. I dodged the same old taxi cabs that I had dodged for years. The chorus of those squeaky were music to my ears. The last time I saw Paris, her heart was warm and gay. No matter how change her, I'll remember her that way. Huh. What are we doing here? We're now well past Showboat to other songs written by Jerome Kern. And this one, I think you'll know, it's called Look for the Silver Lining. Can you sing it? Would you sing it? Look for the silver lining whenever clouds appear in the blue. Remember somewhere the sun is shining, and so the right thing to do is make it shine for you. A heart full of joy and gladness will always banish sadness and strife. So always look for the silver lining and try to find the sunny side of life. One of the shows that I mentioned in our little flyer is a show called Very Warm for May. I never saw that show, but the song Is You is in that show, in addition to this beautiful song called All the Things You Are. So when all the things you are mine. What a great lyric. And I guess Hammerstein knew a few things, didn't he? Well, I think I have one more in my book here, but you get a free-for-all when I get through this one. And written again by Jerome Kern, but the lyricist in this occasion was Johnny Mercer, who was always there to clean up and add his 2 cents. I'm old-fashioned, I love the moonlight. I love the old-fashioned things. The sound of rain upon the window pane. The showers that welcome spring. This year's fancies are passing fancies and sighing sighs, holding hands. These my heart understands. I'm old-fashioned, but I don't mind it. That's how I want to be. As long as you agree to stay old-fashioned with me. Well, we have a few more minutes. Is there something you'd like to hear? Are you ready for a nap?
What's the name of Casablanca?
Still the same old story. Fight for love and glory. A case of do or die. The world will always welcome lovers as time goes by. Embrace me, my sweet, embraceable you. Embrace me, my irreplaceable you. Just one look at you, my heart grows tipsy in me. You and you alone bring out the gypsy in me. I love all the many charms about you. Above all, I want my arms about you. Don't be a naughty baby. Come to Papa, do. My sweet, embraceable you. We left out one song, beautiful song written by Jerome Kern. Remember his name? The way you look tonight, Well, I'm glad we didn't omit that one because that is certainly a classic and a song that always makes you feel good. So anyhow, thank you all for being so attentive and Noel, thank you for remembering so well.
Thank you, Dr. Rabbino. Thank you, everyone, for being here today. I hope you all have a wonderful evening and a wonderful weekend. Thank you.
Thank you.